Hello, potassium people. Welcome back to another Banana Bites where I'm eating this banana and asking Valve to please add the Strange Second Banana to Team Fortress 2. Now, today I want to ramble a little bit about experiences. Experiences kind of define how we mature, how we evolve as human beings. And, one of the best experiences I've ever had is eating my first banana, obviously. But I was thinking, the amount of experiences someone can have nowadays of memorable moments has kind of cheapened out what it means to have an experience. As we go through life, we commit to actions, we learn different lessons, and by our very nature, we turn these lessons and ideas and experiences into stories to share as we're very social. I think it's interesting, to say the least, that we have access to so much information, so many other people's stories, and just in general, the vast amount of different topics and ideas available at our fingertips at any time. Anytime. If I want to go and be entertained by something, I can just go on YouTube, bam, right there, there's a video to watch. And normally, as we build up these experiences, it turns into our wisdom. In a sense, it's somewhat linked to our age. How long we've been alive and how many experiences we've had helps us to be more wise. Those are the things we've seen and done. But now, there's so much that the entire point of stories, the entire point of experiences has been cheapened to be something just throw out willy-nilly. Something that at first glance seems really good all across the board, but if you're never bored, if you always have something to do, then it's a bit hard to have a quiet moment, an experience where you learn something just from yourself. Then, in that case, are you really yourself? Do you really know who you are if you give up your own time for experimentation and for progress for the sake of looking up a tutorial or watching a video about someone else's experience? I think back to how adventures were written. There's some hero, they go on a quest, they learn, they grow, they get better, and they defeat the bad guy at the end. In a way, a lot of people have a similar experience nowadays, but it's different. It's something like they have a goal, they have a dream. Maybe it's to buy a house or to have a family or something along those lines. So they, work hard in school, maybe go to college, they learn, they grow, they get better jobs, and then they finally achieve their goal. Or maybe one of their goals is achieved early, and then there's another one later on. But that's their story. That's their work. And because of it, when they reach that end, it's gratifying. But I do kind of miss the idea of a grand adventure. A story of someone overcoming the odds. And while yes, I have, in a way, done that in my own life. It's on a guardrail. It's very streamlined, the expectations of what you can do. It's not to say you can't go outside the lines. It's just a lot more difficult to imagine, to interpret, and to make that experience your own. You have to put in a lot more work rather than what seemingly happens in the story is happenstance. But I suppose that's just how things are, right? You can't have the exact experience you want with anything. And even if you go looking for it and you find something that seems to be perfect, the perfect game that tells the perfect story, the gameplay is fantastic, everything you've ever wanted is right here, it's just not quite the same. Because you're basically giving up your ability to have your own story and putting it into the game. I love Souls-likes, but even I can acknowledge that with the various different kinds I played, all of the From Software titles, Black Myth Wukong, Liza P, etc. I played a lot. It does, in a way, when I play these, give up the actual lessons I should be learning from it and applying, instead just putting it towards another grind. The same experience. There wasn't really a lesson in this. It's more, again, just a monologue, an idea session. What makes you you? Well, I don't have the answer. But I'll tell you one thing. What makes this banana a banana is it's curved. It's an appeal. It's going to taste delicious. And it's meant to be eaten. That's in the banana noise. When you eat a banana, you gotta make a weird noise. Otherwise, you cheapen the experience. Obviously. Because if I say something and you don't do it in relation to bananas, then really, you're just gimping yourself. Well, potassium people, that's it. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye. Bye-bye. Bye.